Alright guys, welcome back to Josspure. So in today's video we are going to be making a tallow and honey soap. So tallow is amazing for your skin. So if you have like dry, sensitive skin, or you flare up easily, you have psoriasis, eczema, rosacea, so this bar is amazing. So I'm gonna start by pouring my lye into my water. Into my oil, sorry. Okay. We use a 50-50 lye water solution. You also have the recipe that we use for our soaps down below. If you're a soap maker and you want to make it yourself, you have the recipe down there. So I'm gonna start mixing. Alright guys, so this is looking good. Okay, so I'm gonna add my raw honey. And for honey guys, honey is very hydrating, very soothing, very moisturizing. So again, a really good ingredient for sensitive skin, for dry skin, or if you flare up easily, definitely honey is gonna help you. You don't want a bar that is stripping to your skin, that is super harsh, that you should avoid those, definitely. All right, so this for me is the best combination ever for dry or sensitive skin. This is one of my favorite soaps to use just because I have very sensitive skin. I flare up easily, I have like eczema patches. So I try to avoid harsh ingredients and I try to avoid harsh cleansers, and this one is my preferred soap for my skin. Alright, so I'm gonna hand mix the honey. And when it comes to honey for soap making, you do not need a lot, okay? A small quantity is gonna do the trick. And again, down below, you're gonna have the recipe of all the oils that we use, you know, for this recipe. In percentages, so you can adapt it to any mold that you have. All right, perfect. I'm gonna add a little bit of lavender essential oil. And I'm gonna mix by hand. So far so good. This is behaving beautifully. You see like a green color because I added a little bit of kaolin clay to the lavender essential oil just to anchor that fragrance and to help it last longer. That's the purpose of the clay with the fragrance oil. All right, this is looking good and it smells amazing. I don't know about you, but I just love lavender. Lavender anything. Okay. This is looking great and I'm ready to mold. I'm not gonna add any, you know, any botanicals or any coloring to this bar. So it's gonna be a very simple bar, but a really good one if you have like dry skin, sensitive skin, or if your skin flares up easily. This is a good one. And again, the tallow really is the star of this soap. Honey is amazing in itself, but really the tallow is the ingredient that, you know, that I feel is so incredibly good for your skin. It mimics your skin perfectly well, so you can absorb it better. So that's it for this one, guys. We're gonna let this rest for 18 to 24 hours and we're gonna be back tomorrow to cut it. All right guys, it is the next day and we're ready to cut our tallow and honey soap. Let me tell you, this is looking great. It is super smooth, so I'm really pleased and it smells amazing. So let's see. All right, and I think this is kind of like Johnny's favorite soaps, the tallow ones. just because they are so nourishing to the skin. I love that. I love that too. All right, let's do this. And it is a super hard bar of soap. You can hear that. All right, so let's see. All right, awesome. So as you can see in here, you have a little ring around. So that is called gel phase. It simply means that the soap overheated a little bit during the curing process. It doesn't affect the soap whatsoever, you know, or the benefits. You just see the ring around, and most of the time you can get rid of it like, you know, during the curing process. So no problem in there at all. And again, a super hard bar of soap, which I absolutely love. And yeah, it's looking great. Let me show you one more. And you can even put this in the oven to get rid of the ring. I personally don't mind the gel phase at all. Some people do. So if you're a maker or a beginner soap maker and you want to get rid of the ring, you can you know, set your oven to a really low temperature for 10-15 minutes, and it will get rid of the ring around the soap. I don't mind, and most of the time, as I said, during the curing process, it evens out. All right, awesome. That would be it for today. If you want to grab one of these, you're gonna have the link in the description down below. They are super nourishing. They are not super bubbly as our shea butter soaps, because these are perfect for sensitive skin. So the latter is more on the creamy side, right, Johnny? It's kind of like a lotion, which is amazing if you have a sensitive skin or super dry skin. These are great, okay? So we'll see you guys on the next one.